Army cries. Jungkook couldn't hide his tears when Taehyung left. What happened? Before we dive into the story that's left fans reeling, hit that subscribe button, because this channel brings you the real stories behind the glitz, the glamour, and sometimes, the pain. Turn on notifications, because the next chapter might just break the internet. Now, back to the story that left Jungkook in tears, and the entire fandom holding its breath. The arena lights were dimming. The final note had been sung. The crowd's roaring cheers were slowly giving way to the soft murmur of disbelief. And in the center of that ocean of sound stood Jungkook, his eyes glistening under the harsh glare of the spotlight. His shoulders hunched, his gaze locked not on the fans, but on the space beside him, where Taehyung had just walked away. Not walked off stage for dramatic effect. Not exited for a costume change. This was different. There was weight in his stride. A heaviness that you could feel even through the screen. Why did Jungkook cry that night? What led to this chilling silence between two brothers who once said they'd never part? To understand, we have to go back. Way back, to the very beginning. When BTS was just a name scribbled on a piece of paper in BigHit's basement, Jungkook and Taehyung were nothing more than hopeful teenagers, both bursting with potential, both unsure of the future. Jungkook, younger by just a year, looked up to Taehyung with a kind of awe that you could see even in the earliest dance practice clips. V, with his mischievous smile and quiet confidence, was everything the shy, introverted Jungkook wasn't, yet. Together, they balanced each other. Taehyung helped Jungkook open up, while Jungkook grounded V in moments of chaos. Their friendship bloomed in between long rehearsals, ramen in dorm kitchens, and 2 a.m. talks about dreams and fears. Fans noticed the connection almost instantly, coining it the Taekook bond. It wasn't just about matching outfits or inside jokes. It was deeper. But as BTS soared to fame, as cameras flashed and expectations grew, the pressure did too. Public image. International tours. Solo projects. And, perhaps most painfully, military enlistment. For years, enlistment loomed like a storm cloud. Fans speculated, the members joked about it, even as they made it clear that they wanted to go together, not apart. But the South Korean law waits for no one, not even global superstars. In 2022, Jin was the first to go. The mood was somber, but hopeful. The group supported him, sent him off with tears and hugs, promising fans they'd be back soon. Then came J-Hope. Then Suga. One by one, the team that once seemed unbreakable began to fragment, not by choice, but by duty. And then, it was Taehyung's turn. But unlike the previous farewells, this one felt different. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was the way V had been opening up more recently, posting late-night Weverse messages filled with longing, cryptic Instagram stories, and a softness in his voice that hadn't always been there. Or maybe, it was the way Jungkook looked at him during that final moment on stage. Because when Taehyung left, Jungkook didn't wave. He didn't smile. He stood frozen, eyes locked on the places Hyung had just been, as if willing him to come back. And then, the tears came. They weren't the dramatic, camera-ready kind. No sobbing, no theatrics. Just quiet, uncontainable grief. Army was stunned. Had something happened between them? Were there unspoken words? Regrets? Sources close to the group say that in the weeks leading up to V's enlistment, Jungkook had become increasingly withdrawn. He cancelled a few live streams, and during one surprise V Live, he seemed distant, lost in thought. When asked by fans about V, he gave a small smile and simply said, "He's doing what he has to do. I miss him already." It was a rare moment of vulnerability. For someone like Jungkook, who often shields his emotions behind laughter and hard work, that statement was as good as a confession. And let's not forget what V had said just days before. In an emotional letter posted to Weverse, Taehyung wrote, "To the members who are like family to me, especially you, Jungkook, I'll carry your voices with me every day. Wait for me, just a little while." A love letter. A goodbye. And a promise. But why did it hit Jungkook so hard? Maybe because V wasn't just a Hyung. He was a constant. A partner in chaos. A brother in arms. From their first shared hotel rooms to their whispered secrets in airport lounges, their bond had been the one Jungkook leaned on when things got too loud. And now, that bond had a pause button. But was that all? Because there's one more detail that fans noticed, something that didn't make the headlines but set social media ablaze. Just before V exited the stage, he turned around. For just a second. His eyes met Jungkook's. There was something there, an unspoken message. A look so full of emotion it made even seasoned reporters feel uneasy. And then, he was gone. Now, here's where the story turns. Because what happened after that moment has never been fully explained. Whispers started swirling. About a secret meeting. About a letter only Jungkook received. About the real reason behind those tears, something deeper than enlistment. Something fans are still trying to uncover. Is it possible that this was more than just a farewell? Could it have been the end of something we didn't even know had begun? Or, the beginning of something completely unexpected? Stay with me. Because in the next part of this story, we dig into the clues ARMY found. The messages hidden in lyrics. The cryptic livestream Jungkook did hours later. And the theory that's making fans rethink everything they thought they knew about Taekook. This is where it gets truly emotional. The stage was empty. The lights dimmed. But in millions of hearts, something had been ignited. ARMYs took to social media in a storm, not just with crying emojis or goodbye messages, but with questions. Questions no one seemed ready to answer. What exactly happened between Jungkook and Taehyung behind closed doors? So tell me, ARMY, what do you think Jungkook's tears meant? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk. Let's remember. Let's feel together. And if this story moved you even just a little, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just tell stories. We uncover the heart behind them. Until next time, keep the faith. Keep the music alive. And never forget. This is not the end. It's just a pause before the next beautiful note.